software-defined infrastructure. It's apparently a thing. We've got software-defined storage and servers and networks, and and then we look all. Where's that going?
So it's the next wave. We started with virtualization. That started to be a big deal in the mid-2000s. We went into cloud. People seemed to first not know what it was, but now we know what cloud is. And once you've virtualized and once you're into cloud, then having software-defined infrastructure makes sense, because then you're controlling all your infrastructure that you used to control by hand. Now you're controlling it through automation and software, which helps your administrators not go crazy.
And there's a number of arguments for it in terms of like fully leveraging the stuff that you're buying, right?
Utilization, yes.
Changing, as instead of being stuck with a box, like as functionalities added and things, I can move with the times.
And you can
what else?
And you can move your VMs around. That's really huge. I mean, coming off of VMworld, that's just huge.
vMotion's the sexiest piece of software.
But now we're putting some additional automation behind it.
Right.
So you had vMotion for a while. You had storage vMotion.
Yeah.
But now we're adding another dimension. VMware and its partners are doing that, where you have more orchestration, more management, more automation, so that the actual administrators have an easier time, tracking what's in their network, and making sure it goes to where it's going to need to go, that it's going to appropriate resources.
Which can really help with this idea of the hybrid cloud, right? Where, because I got some stuff here, I got some stuff there, maybe archive there, maybe production here, the most recent stuff here. To what degree do you see the hybrid cloud sort of happening in, I don't know, enterprise data centers?
Well, I think everyone's agreed that it is happening or is in the process of happening. From last spring till now, 4, 5, 6 conferences, they all agreed, every last one of them, that hybrid cloud is here. The thing is the degree to which any individual customer has done it. So hybrid cloud is really taking your private data network, your private data centers within the company, and connecting them more seamlessly with the outside providers, hosters, cloud service providers, and so on. But of course, you can't put any data anywhere. You have to do it the right way, because certain data is restricted and has to stay within the confines of the firewall.
Right, and but in order for so you have to be able to say, okay, some data is going to stay here, right? But in order to fully take advantage of the public cloud, as part of my hybrid cloud infrastructure, I do have to move some data back and forth. How do we? There's two problems as I see it there. One is physics and one is bad guys, right?
Bad guys are always part of it.
Bad guys are always part of it. And I just had another interview with Micron about being concerned about who's making the flash and being able to
there's a security angle.
Hardware getting Let's not even talk about. We talk about security and hybrid cloud all day long. It's just it's I don't know. It's depressing. Let's talk about physics. How do we deal with the physics aspect?
Well, in terms of actual physics, there's going to be two views of what's going on in your enterprise. One is, in fact, the physical layer of servers and storage and devices, and there's going to be a logical layer. And that's what this software is enabling, logical layers, so we can abstract the applications, everything, they sit above. And they're managed in what's called a control plane. So yes, they may be running on server A, B, or C, but if B gets sick and goes offline, we then say, oh, that data needs to then, to be moved to be processed on C. So the magic of software-defined infrastructure is you take that workload with certain descriptions and parameters, and it's going to be moved to another physical resource as needed, as appropriate, defined by a policy.
Right.
So there's a policy in place.